Let's talk about what you need to get a sourdough starter started. Sourdough started. Sure, it goes. First things first, a jar. And it doesn't have to be very big because remember, we are only going to use 1 tablespoon of flour and 1 tablespoon of water every single day. So a glass jar is what I prefer, but if you do not have glass, you could use plastic. You don't need to go out and buy a bunch of special things for this. The other thing I have is a lid. This plastic lid came with this jar and I'm just gonna use it. If you're using a mason jar, just the regular metal flat top lid, and you can loosely put the band around it if you want. You can also just put a piece of plastic wrap on the top. It's really not that serious. All right, next thing you need is a tablespoon. Obviously, that's how we're gonna measure it. You don't need a scale at this point. Next thing, something to stir it with. I have always used a kitchen knife. I recently needed to get some more spatulas because somehow these things just go missing. Honestly, where'd they go? This came with it, and so I am really excited to try it out with Maverick. This is what we're gonna use to stir. A kitchen knife works great if that's not in your budget, and guess what? This is how you clean it up. Boop. Ha. Easy peasy. Okay, next thing. I suggest you use filtered room temperature water. I always filter all of my water and then I put it in this jug, and I keep this jug in my pantry at all times so that whenever I need room temperature filtered water for my sourdough practice, it's ready to go. Last but not least, flour. King Arthur flour is my favorite. I love it. It doesn't let me down. It hasn't let me down yet anyways. All purpose means all purpose. You can feed your starter with it. You can bake your bread with it. You can use it to make cookies. You can do whatever you need. There's no sense and no use of buying several different flours when one will do. To be making the gluten-free option, brown rice flour. I went to a local health food store here that sells bulk items. It actually wasn't as expensive as I thought it would be. This was, I think for a pound was $3.29. So I was able to get it, I think this is 1.5 pounds. I was able to get this for under $5. This should definitely get us through getting our starter ready, and then we might need to get a little bit more before we bake our first loaf. In my research of gluten-free starters, they really suggest going with a brown rice flour when you're starting your starter, and then you could move to an all-purpose gluten-free flour when you're baking your bread, and that's what you'll need. Until tomorrow, peace out, dough heads.